Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd's House, my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey, and today we're going to do the Crochet Paw Blanket. Once you see how this one's working, you can actually change the size of this blanket to match your size of pet depending on how big you make the circles. Let's talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to be diving heavily today in the tutorial. So in this particular project there are a total of 6 circles. There's the main circle, there's the big back paw circle right here, and then there are 4 toes. So what we have here is that they are each the same circle, they're just stopped at an earlier time in order to get the different sizes. So in order to get the big pad that you see, you're going to complete the instructions all the way to the end. There's a total of 22 rounds in order to do that. To do this area here, the back section right here of the paw area, you're going to end on row number 11 or round number 11, and then the toes end on round number 4. So all you just need to do is understand how these things are growing, and then once you're satisfied with that, then you can just finish them off early. The last round that you see here is just a matter of changing the color, but you continue the growth as normal. So there's a continuous growth pattern that is involving in making circles in order to get that, and they always grow progressively. So let's dive a little bit into that. So when you look down on the blanket, you will notice that each one of the circles has 12 pieces of pie. So visualize pie shapes. I know they're not equal, but they are equal on the pattern. It's just I was just messing around. So what you have here is that each one of these circles are also in 12s, and same as the big one here. And it each grows equally on the same increment. So if you were to really look at the pattern, you will be able to see this line as you're crocheting as the pie is growing outward. So in today's tutorial I'm just going to show you how to get started, and then you finish off as soon as you want to go. So if you want this to be much bigger, you're just going to make everything just bigger, or if you would like to make it more smaller. I think this is too big for my particular cats, so what I would probably think about doing is doing the larger pad smaller, and then coming back and then do this piece, and then just keep measuring down on top of the blanket. See how big that you want to go, and then you can judge what size of the toes. Again, that's completely up to your own creativity. So without further ado, let's talk a little bit about the yarn, because it is special today. It's Bernat Blanket Pet yarn. So our yarn of choice today is the Yarnspirations Bernat Blanket Pet yarn, and what this is, it's been treated with probiotic formula with Everfresh. As you see, it's got technology that helps repel and control the odors naturally. It is completely colorless as well as odorless, so you will not be able to smell that here, and this is a great product that's available at Michael's and other fine retailers, and including yarnspirations.com. So let's begin. It's a 6mm size J crochet hook, and we're going to create a slip knot, and I'm going to show you how to build out these circles. Once you get these circles completed, you just sew them together to formulate your blanket. You're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then insert this into the beginning chain, and then yarning over, pulling through and through, and you have the center ring of your blanket. I want you to take the straggler and just put it around the outside of it, so it looks like it's part of it, and then crochet right directly over it in round number 1. So in round number 1 we are going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then I want you to put 12 double crochets into the center of the ring. So wrap the hook going into the center, put the straggler with it so it gets stuck underneath, and let's count the chain 3 as 1 because it is, and this one is 2, and let's go all the way to 12. So the next one will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this will be 12. I want you to double check. This is now the time to do it. So each one there should be 12 posts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now that I've verified, we're just going to join it to the top of the first chain 3. Let's move on to round number 2. Round number 2 we're going to chain up 3, counts as a double crochet, and there's going to be 2 double crochets around in each stitch. This counts as 1. So put another double crochet in the beginning one, and then in each of the stitches going all the way around I want you to apply 2 double crochets for round number 2. So 2 double crochet in each stitch going all the way around, so there should be 12 groups of 2 by the time that you're done this round. Please do that now. I'm coming into the last stitch. There's 2 double crochets in that one, and then that's done. And I did verify that this is the 12th one. There should be 12 groups of 2. Just insert into the top of the first chain 3 and pull through and through. So now the growth rate is now going to be starting on all of this as we begin round number 3. So round number 3 as we start is that we're going to chain 3, counts as a double crochet, and then in the next stitch there's gonna be 2 double crochets. So watch the repeat pattern for this whole time, for this one. Okay, so there's gonna be 1 into the first one and then 2 into the next. So this is round number 3. Okay, so there's gonna be 1 into the next one and then 2 in the next. Please keep doing that same pattern going all the way around for round number 3. So as I come all the way around for round number 3, the last stitch is 2 double crochets in it, and that's only because I'm keeping a count to the pattern just like I showed you. So just join it to the top of the first chain 3. We're now moving on to round number 4. So watch how the growth is consistent. Okay, so the growth is consistent because this time we're going to chain up 3, and then the next one is 1 double crochet by itself, and then the next one has 2 double crochets in it. Usually with circles we normally start off with 2 in the beginning and then the rest are individuals until you hit to the next pie shape, but in this case it's backwards. So in order to do the growth. So there's gonna be 2 by themselves and then 2 into the same. So the next 2 are 1 by itself and then 2 into the next. This is round number 4. This is the size of the toes, believe it or not. So once you're done this round, this is a toe that is actually complete. So to recap, the next the next 2 in a row are each individuals, and then the next one has 2. Please do that same pattern and going all the way around for round number 4. So I'm coming up to the end of round number 4. The last one is 2 double crochets in there in order to keep it in balance, and you just join it to the top of the first chain 3. This is technically the end of the toes. So this would be where you would stop, and then you basically sew this directly down onto the blanket after it's done, or after it's the round circle. So if you wanted to customize your size, you just not make the toes as big. So for those continuing on, what's gonna happen is, and you really should pull it tight if you don't already do it, so you might end up with a bigger gap there. So let's just make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into. So the growth is consistent. So you're always gonna start off with chain 3. This time there's going to be a total of 2 double crochets in a row. Okay, so what you have is that you have the chain 3 counts as 1 and then 2 and 3, and then the next one has 2 into it. So this one in round number 5, there's 3 double crochets by themselves and then 2 into the next. So 1, 2 and 3, and then 2 into the next. And you keep doing that all the way around. So my point being is that this is all consistent. So when you do number 6, then what's gonna happen is you're gonna chain 3, and then there's gonna be 3 double crochets by themselves, and so that gives you a total of 4. So you have 4 and 2, 4 and 2, and then keep moving up. You'll end up having 5 and 2, and then 6 and 2, and then 7 and 2, all the way until you get to the rounds that it suggests. So on the pattern, if you go back to it, round number 11 is the ending for the middle section here, for this paw area here, and then if you go all the way to the end of the pattern, then that is the whole blanket size. So you know, it's up to you if you want to do the big stuff first. I'm a person that I don't like to procrastinate too much, so I would probably do the big one, get that one out of the way, and then just do all the smaller stuff later, but that's completely up to you. And hopefully you will enjoy this particular pattern. It's a really neat idea, and I think it's an awesome idea for those little ones in your life that you may enjoy. You could also use this as a kids play mat too. Your call. You're the creator. Till next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd. So that's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. We'll see you.